right, chat. Let's see here. One moment. Let me toss out some notifications. Nova is awake. She's normally napping while we stream, but Nova is awake today, and she's feeling a bit wild, so you might hear her in the background. Let's see here. Let's see who's going to get first today. I'm always curious who's going to get first in the chat today. Let me pull up my comments. It's going to get dark in here for just a second till I get these comments pulled up. There we go. All right. LA getting first today. What's up, LA? Mike, so close, dude. So close. What is up, Mike? Hope you're having a good night. Hope you're having a good night. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. It's nice to see you again. It's nice to see you, LA. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Eclipse, what's up, dude? George, what's up? Kate, what's up? Welcome, guys. Welcome. We've been having fun chatting it up over in the Discord. So, speaking of the Discord, let's go ahead and drop that link. Always a good time over in the Discord, guys. If you want to join it, let's see. Let me grab that. Link real quick for you. It's here somewhere. It's here somewhere. Okay, there we go. What's up, Robert? Welcome, dude. There's that Discord link right there. Ross, what is up? Welcome, welcome. All right, guys. So before we get started, today's stream is that there is no exceptions. There is no exceptions. Here recently, we've been talking about the rules of the game. We've been talking about how this thing is played, referring to anxiety and recovery. We've been talking about how you got to cut the worry habit. Right? We've been talking about all of that good stuff here recently. Today, we're going to focus in on how there is no exceptions to that rule. Right? There is no exceptions to that rule. So before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to my admin, my close friend, Terry. The other night, Terry sponsored one of our streams, and it appears he's doing the same tonight. So huge shout out to Terry. Let's give it up. Let's give it up for Terry in the chat, guys. Let's give it up for Terry in the chat. There he is. There he is. Hey. Terry, man, let's give it up for Terry in the chat. Let's take a moment to show Terry some gratitude, man. Again, coming in with another sponsoring this stream too. Thank you so much, Terry. Hitting the tip goal all by himself, puts us at an 8-day streak, man. I appreciate it. Huge round of applause for my boy Terry. I'm surprised to see you streaming so late. Like I said, if it wasn't for Terry, we wouldn't be here right now. Terry wanted to sponsor another stream, so here we are. Let's give it up. What's the difference in Discord? Discord is basically a chat app. That's kind of the best way to describe Discord. It's basically a chat app, and we've got a little bit more freedom about what we can chat about over on the Discord than we do YouTube. It's a little bit more relaxed. We can talk about pretty much anything we want over there. Whereas on the YouTube channel here, we try to keep everything like mental health related. Over on the Discord, we chat about just about everything. So if you want to join us on the Discord, the link is scroll up. It's in the chat. Yes, let's show some love to Terry, man. He's the reason we're here again. He wanted to sponsor another stream, so I really appreciate it. Morning Wonder Bro. What's up, AC? What's up, Giant? Welcome, guys. Welcome. Good to see all of you. Like I said, we have been talking pretty heavily here on the channel recently about how, here's the rules of the game. If these anxious feelings get you to worry, you're losing. If these anxious thoughts get you to worry about what they're saying, you're losing. We've been talking really heavily about that here recently. And tonight, I just want to kind of drive home the point of how there is no exceptions, right? And you know what? Chat's already full, so let's go ahead and get started. There we go. So tonight I just wanted to drive home the point, and again, special shout out to Terry or we wouldn't be here. I just wanted to drive home the point of how there is no exceptions to that rule. There's no exceptions to that rule. So if you've been watching the streams here as of late, or if you know what we're talking about, when we're talking about, I did get it, by the way, Terry, thank you so much. If you know what we're talking about when we talk about how the game is played, when we talk about the rules of anxiety, when we talk about how if these anxious thoughts and these anxious feelings get you to worry, aka second fear, if they get you to do that, then you're losing the game. If you understand that, which I know you do, because that's extremely simple to understand, if you understand that, you also have to understand that there is no exceptions to those rules, right? So once you understand those rules, you also have to understand that there is no exceptions to those rules. Because I see, I'm not going to say a lot of people, but I see a handful of people still giving exceptions. They're still making exceptions. Okay, Wonder Bros said if these anxious feelings get me to worry, I'm losing the game. I'm staying stuck in the cycle. I'm sending those danger messages, right? Wonder Bros said if these anxious thoughts get me to worry about what they're saying, then I'm losing the game, right? Wonder Bros said all of this, but but I'm going to worry about this thought because, this is new. This is a new thought. I want to worry about this one for a little bit. But I'm going to worry about this feeling because these anxious symptoms, they're really annoying. I really don't like them, so I'm going to worry about those. We make exceptions to the rules. We understand how the game is played, and then we go on about our way making exceptions. Okay, well, I'll sit around and I'll worry about this thought, but I'll try to apply acceptance to this thought. Or, okay, I'll sit around and I'll worry about this symptom, but I'll try to apply acceptance to this symptom. See, we're making exceptions to the rules, and that's not how the game is played. So once you understand how the game is played, right? Once you understand how the game is played, and once you understand that there is no changing those rules. If these thoughts and feelings get you to worry you're losing, once you understand that, you can't go around and make exceptions. You can't be accepting one anxious feeling and then turn around and worry for the rest of the day about this anxious feeling. You can't go around and accept this anxious thought, but then when you get this thought, you worry about it. There's no exceptions to the rules. And that's why we say when we're talking about anxiety, when we're talking about anxious symptoms, when we're talking about anxious thoughts, we don't make exceptions. We understand that we've got one job and that's what we stick to, regardless of what the anxious thoughts and feelings do. Right? You can't go around making exceptions. You can't go around and say, okay, Wonder Bro, for the past 2 days I've been accepting this feeling, but when this feeling comes, man, I worry about it all day long. You can't say, okay, Wonder Bro, well, I started accepting the thoughts about going crazy and saying, you know what, so be it, bring it on. But when these other thoughts come, I start worrying about those. There's no exceptions to the way the game is played here, right? We don't want to do it half and half. If we're going to go, we got to go all the way. We understand how the game is played, right? We understand how the game is played. So, sometimes we're able to accept this feeling and this thought, but we're not able to accept this feeling and this thought. You need to be practicing, okay? You need to be practicing playing the game the way the game is supposed to play, regardless of what the symptom is, regardless of what the anxious thought is, right? I see people make that mistake all the time. Wonder Bro, this thought was acceptable to me. I said bring it on, but this other one that I had, man, it was just so big and so scary and just so terrifying. I just, I worried about it and I worried about it and I worried about it. And I say, look, there's no exceptions. The game is played how the game is played. You can't come to me and say, how come I'm not recovering? How come I'm not making as much progress as I'd like to be making? And then turn around and tell me that you accept about 50% of the time, but you're still spending hours worried about certain thoughts or certain feelings. We can't do that. There's no exceptions to the way the game is played. How is the game played? Worry equals anxiety. Worry tells your brain that there's a real danger. That's all Dr. Claire Weeks meant by second fear. Second fear is a fancy term for worry. So, here recently we've been breaking it down as simple as possible. We've been making it as easy as possible for people to understand how the game is played, but I still see a lot of people making exceptions. I still see a lot of people saying, okay, I get how the game is played, but I'm still making a ton of exceptions, right? I'm still doing a ton of the worry. We want you to know that once you understand how the game is played, there can be no exceptions. You can make no exceptions, okay? Because the more worry we do, the worse off our nerves become. That seems to be the cycle that most people get stuck in, obviously. So that tells us one thing. We can't be making exceptions. We can't go around and accept this and that and say, so be it, bring it on to this feeling, and say, so be it, if it happens to that thought, but then turn right around and do hours and hours and hours worth of worry. We can't always be trying to worry our way out of anxiety and then expect to make progress. There can be no exceptions. If you're going to get on board with this, you have to get on board with this, and nobody can do that for you but you. Right? You can get all the reassurance in the world. You can come here and I can comfort you and I can pat you on the back. I can do that all day long. And sometimes I do that. I'm a nice guy. Sometimes I do that. But at the end of the day, if you don't get on board, if you don't understand how the game is played and then play by the rules, there's nothing I can do for you. There's nothing that anybody in the chat can do for you. There's nothing that all the reassurance in the world can do for you. That shit feels good temporarily, but that shit don't create healed people, right? Because if I'm filling people full of reassurance all day and they get that little rush, that little high for a little bit, that shit's going to wear off, and as long as the worry habit's still there, they're still fucked, right? Just to be honest, your nervous system is still going to be fucked, right? Because that's what got you here to begin with. So you can run to the doctors as many times as you'd like, right? You can run to the doctors as many times as you'd like. You can go see all the specialists in the world. And there's nothing wrong with getting cleared by a doctor. Obviously, I recommend it, especially at least once, but you can continue to do that every other week for the rest of your life, and that reassurance helps for a little bit, but as long as the worry habit's still there, you see how far you're getting. Do you see how that works now? Do you see why reassurance only works a little tiny bit for a very short amount of time? Because if the worry habit's still there, then all the reassurance in the world, that's just like putting a thin sheet of paper over something and saying, okay, this is enough to get me by, right? That worry habit's going to continue punching through that piece of paper all day long. Reassurance is like a floppy, flimsy piece of paper that you're trying to hide behind. Well, as long as the worry habit is still there, aka the second fear habit, that's going to keep punching through that reassurance all day long. And that's why reassurance doesn't last very long, and that's why people get stuck in the loop of going to the doctor every other week now to try to get that high again, to try to get that rush again. It's not going to stick. None of that bullshit's going to stick. As long as the worry habit is still there, none of that's going to stick. And that's why people get caught in the cycle of reassurance. That's why people get caught in the cycle of blah, 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 right? Because they're not addressing the root cause. They're not addressing the fundamental root cause, which is the worry habit, aka second fear. So again, if you get an anxious symptom and you go the worry route, you're losing. If you get an anxious thought and you worry about what that thought's saying, you're losing. Instead, we need you to be able to sit with it, to have these feelings. You're going to feel like crap, yes, but we need you to be able to have these feelings and not go the worry route. Practice not going the worry route. It does take practice. We need you to have these anxious thoughts and not worry about what they're saying. Practice. And if you don't dedicate to this, all the amount of reassurance in the world is like trying to hide behind a flimsy single sheet of paper. It's just going to get punched right through by the second fear, by the worry habit. So once you understand how the game is played, guys, right? And if you've been here, no excuses. You do know how the game is played. You've got to dedicate to breaking the worry habit, because at the end of the day, it is a habit, and a very strong one at that. So it does take effort. And it does take dedication. Each time these thoughts come, I need to remind myself, you know what, so be it. If it happens, it happens. I'm not going the worry route. Each time these feelings come, I said, you know what, I'm okay with feeling this. And I need to practice that. I might not have much faith in myself. I might not have much confidence. I might be scared shitless. But that's what I need to practice. That's the practice. That's the skill that I need to build if I want to make true change. Because that's how the game is played. Right? And nobody can do that for you. Nobody can do that for you. Again, no amount of reassurance can get you there. No amount of me screaming at you can get you there. No amount of motivation can get you there. It's good to have motivation. It's good to have support. And from time to time, I'll let you squeak by with some reassurance. But none of that's going to get you there unless you yourself make the decision to work on it. And how do you work on it? By understanding how the game is played. And then understanding that you have an end goal, and your end goal is to heal. And to get there, you got to build this habit. To get there, you got to break the worry habit and replace it with the acceptance habit, right? And nobody on the face of this earth can do that for you. No amount of pointing fingers and trying to blame your life, trying to blame your childhood, trying to blame this, trying to blame that. Nobody can break the worry habit but you. No amount of discovering your childhood traumas is going to break the worry habit. No amount of catering to your inner child, or whatever the hell it is they call it, is going to break the worry habit. No amount of diving back into your past and confronting your deep buried memories is going to break the worry habit. No amount of any of this horse shit is going to break the worry habit. Only you can do that. And now you know why the worry habit keeps you where you are. You understand the very simple science behind it. Worry equals danger to the brain. That's all you ever need to know. And now you know why no amount of doing all this extra bullshit is going to break the worry habit. You can quit smoking. You can quit drinking. You can start going on a mile jog every morning. You can start drinking the health smoothies. You can start, you know, cutting back on violent television. You could start doing whatever the fuck you want to do. And there's nothing wrong with building healthy habits. I support you 110% if that's what you want to do. But if you don't address the worry habit, what Dr. Claire Weeks called second fear, you're wasting your time. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. You're absolutely wasting your time. You can quit drinking the caffeine. You can quit smoking the cigarettes. You can start drinking the health smoothies. You can start going on the 2 mile jog every morning. You can start cutting back on the violent television. You can start using the affirmations. You can start doing the whatever. But you're wasting your time if you're not addressing the root cause, which is second fear, which is, what is second fear? Worry, right? Worry, 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 worry. That's all Dr. Claire Weeks meant by second fear. Think about it. When she said second fear, she said no more oh my goodnesses. What's an oh my goodness? That's worry, right? All she meant by second fear was worry. So you can do all the extra crap and you can try to blame it on, oh, well, I'm not a healthy person. That's why I'm so anxious 24/7. Or, oh, I drink too much caffeine. That's why I'm anxious 24/7. Or oh, I smoke too many cigarettes. That's why I'm anxious 24/7. You can try to say that, but you're going to be really disappointed. Maybe I should quit smoking. You're going to be really disappointed when you do quit drinking the caffeine, when you do quit smoking the cigarettes. You're going to be really disappointed when you start drinking the health smoothies and going on the morning jogs. You're going to be really disappointed when you start doing all that shit and you notice that the anxiety is still pretty high. And the reason it's still pretty high is because you're not addressing the root problem. You're not addressing the root problem, which is second fear. You're not addressing the root problem, which is worry. Right? So you're going to be really disappointed when you make all of these lifestyle changes and you're not focusing on what you really need to be focused on, which is the habit that put you here to begin with. Right? Now, again, I'm not bashing all of that. And what kind of got me off on this rant a little bit is that we were talking about this in the Discord right before the stream started. I'm not bashing all of that good stuff. I want you to be healthy. I want you to quit drinking if that's what you want to do. As much, caffeine. I want you to quit drinking the sugary drinks if that's what you want to do. I want you to quit smoking if that's what you want to do. All right? I want you to do all that because I care about your physical health. But at the same time, I also know that if you're not addressing the root cause of worry, second fear, what Dr. Claire Weeks called second fear, if you're not addressing that, I also know that we're wasting our time. I know that we're wasting our time. You might feel a little bit better physically if you cut down on the caffeine. You might feel a little bit better physically if you quit smoking as much. You might feel a little bit better physically if you start drinking the health smoothies. You might feel a little bit better physically if you start going on a morning jog. But if you're not addressing the root cause, now you know how the game is played. If you're not addressing the root cause, you're wasting your time. I'm just going to be frank with you. When I was on my journey, I started to try to cut back on the caffeine. In fact, one point, I looked at caffeine like it was fucking poison. I wouldn't go near it. Because I was like, oh gosh, anxiety, anxiety. Blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't go near the shit. I looked at it like it was fucking toxic there for a while on my journey, right? I even started cutting back on cigarettes, which I still try to do today, but that's for health reasons. But back then, I tried to cut back on them to get rid of my anxiety. I was smoking less. I wouldn't go near caffeine. I thought the shit was toxic, right? But man, guess what? I still felt like a steaming pile of dog shit. I still felt like the world's biggest steaming pile of dog shit. Why? Because it was never the caffeine to blame. It was never the cigarettes to blame. It was never any outside source to blame. It was the worry habit. So as long as I was cutting back on caffeine and smoking less cigarettes, but I was still doing the same amount of worry that I was doing before I cut all that shit out, then it made no fucking difference, and it never will. Because you got to address the root cause. It's like trying to put a Band-Aid on something. You gotta address the root cause. You gotta address the root cause, and then if you want to do all the health shit, that's a nice bonus, and I fully 110% support you. I hope you kick ass. I think it's awesome that you want to get healthier. Right? And I support you. I got your back 100% of the way, 110% of the way. But if you're not addressing the root cause, which is worry, second fear. Dr. Claire Weeks knew it better than anyone. If you're not addressing that, if every time you get an anxious thought and you worry about what those thoughts are saying, or if every time you get an anxious symptom and you worry about the symptom, you're not addressing the root cause, and you can forget about the other stuff even making that much of a difference. It might put a tiny small dent in the way that you feel, but if you're still doing the huge worry habit, that's all it's going to be. It might put a small, tiny dent into the way you feel, but that's about it. If you're not addressing the root cause, forget about it, right? So, back to the point of the stream, I know we kind of got off track a little bit. There can be no exceptions, right? There can be no exceptions. You know how the game is played now. If these thoughts get you to worry, you're losing. If these feelings get you to worry, you're losing. That's a habit that has to be broken. By spotting it, okay, there I go. There's that thought. There's that feeling. I almost started doing the worry thing. I'm going to come back to just a so be it attitude. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. That's how you break the worry habit, by being consciously aware of it and then putting in the dedicated effort to do it, right? Now, if you're doing that, you can make no exceptions. You got to apply that to every anxious thought, every anxious feeling that you start to go down the worry route. You got to catch it. I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but you can't sit around for hours and hours and hours not putting in the work and just doing the worry, and then come in the chat and say, why am I not getting better, right? To all the people that have gotten better on the channel, and let me tell you, there's a fucking lot of them. There is a lot of them. They all had one thing in common. They understood how the game was played, and then they got on board and they stayed on board, right? And that's it. Anybody can do it. All right. So, whew, that was the point of today's stream chat. I've turned on some air, man. I got myself all hot in here. That was the point of today's stream chat. We're going to switch over to the post stream real quick. I appreciate you watching. Terry says, I love his more aggressive videos. Appreciate that, Terry. Terry is our sponsor for tonight's videos, for tonight's stream. Sorry, if it wasn't for Terry, we wouldn't be here. So give a round of applause to Terry in the chat, guys. I personally could have used a few more of them back in the day when my anxiety was really bad. Probably would have honestly shortened my anxiety recovery. Yeah, some people do prefer the more aggressive streams. I don't even know. I do call them quote unquote aggressive streams. I don't even know if that's the word for it. I think the word for it would be more like tough love, right? It's not that I'm trying to be aggressive. It's more that I'm trying to just be blunt about it. I'm just trying to show you some tough love, you know what I mean? But I agree with you. I call them my aggressive streams too. But it's coming from a good place, man. It's coming from a good place. It's coming from a place of, you know, I've been there, I've done that. I know how the game is played. I know it's really easy to go the worry route, but it's not doing you any favors. It's keeping you fucked, just to be honest. So it's not that I'm trying to hurt any feelings. I'm just trying to give you the facts because I want to see you get better. And people don't get bettered by being babied, and that's life. That's just how that works. I could get on here and I could baby people, and sometimes I do baby people a little bit. Sometimes I'll give you the reassurance, you know, a little bit. I'll let you get by with it. But at the end of the day, we want to create healed people. Isn't that the goal, right? That's the goal, right? I think that's the goal. I believe that's the goal. You're absolutely right, Terry. Yeah, thanks, Terry. Huge shout out to Terry again, sponsoring today's stream. I just did that because I always get those feelings arise when I'm tired, and I almost had a panic attack just now, but I noticed it and I completely let it be and sidestepped the whole mess. Thank you, Wonder Bro. There you go, George. So you spotted that you almost went the worry route, aka the second fear route. You spotted it. You turned it into acceptance. You didn't have fun. It wasn't comfortable, but you still did your one job. So there you go. And that's what makes recovered people. If you keep that up, you'll be what we call a recovered person. You'll heal your nerves. Absolutely, 110%. Amen. Swift kick in the ass. I agree, dude. Hey, you know what we should start doing? If people want to sponsor the streams, we should give them like something on the screen somewhere. We should do that. We should start doing that. I need to set something like that up. I like to give credit where credit is due. It comes down to people got to really start using the advice, not listening and not doing anything with that information. Yeah, listening to the information but not doing anything with it, and then just coming back and saying why is it not working? Well, I wonder why. I wonder why it's not working. You sat around and worried all day about your physical symptoms. You sat around and worried about every thought that popped in your mind. And then you come in here and you say why it's not working? Well, I fucking wonder. I fucking wonder why it's not working, right? I'm not holding it against you. I'm not trying to shame you for it, but man, I want to see you heal. Let's get you on track. Don't ask me why it's not working if you're not using it. Don't ever ask me why it's not working if you're not using it. I want to see you heal, so don't ask me why it's not working. Just start using it. Right? Right? It's tough love. I want to see you get there. And sometimes I get a little frustrated. I don't know if frustrated is the right word. Sometimes passionate. There we go. Sometimes I get a little passionate about it because I'm like, you know what? Every single person that I'm seeing right now could heal if they wanted to. And it's not, maybe wrong wording there. It's not that they don't want to. It's that they could heal if they'd give it a go and they'd stay on track and get dedicated. That's what it is. So sometimes I get a little passionate about it because I'm like, don't ask me why it's not working when clearly you're not using it. I can tell by the way you're wording things that you're not using it. So don't ask me why it's not working. We just need to get you on board, and it will. And it will, right? And so I get worked up because I'm like, oh man, you could definitely live the life you want to live. It's within your reach. You could have everything that you want to have, and I want to see that happen for you. So I get a little worked up because I'm like, why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you using it? Right? So and I know it's not the easiest thing in the world, guys. I understand. I understand. I understand it takes practice. I understand it takes time. Believe me, I had plenty of ups and downs myself, so I get all of that. I get all of that. Um, but at the same time, kind of like Terry said, I wish I would have had someone in my past to be a little bit rougher with me in a way, to make me wake up and to make me get dedicated and to make me get on board. I wish I kind of would have had that myself back in the day. So it's not that I'm trying to shame you or tell you that you have to be perfect or that you're not going to have ups and downs, because you will, and that's okay, right? But I need to rough you up a little bit so we can get you dedicated, right? That's what it is. I need to rough you up a little bit. Don't get me wrong, you're going to feel like shit. You're going to have high anxiety. You're going to have these thoughts. You're not going to be comfortable. This isn't about being comfortable, but you got to do your one job. You got to do your one job, which is to break the worry habit, the second fear habit. That's all that means. Absolutely. It's definitely, it truly is tough love, but it's for your best interest in the long run, because that's what creates more healed people, right? There's plenty of other resources on the internet where you can go and get catered to and get babied. There's plenty of other resources on the internet where you can go and they'll run you in loop after loop after loop and giving you um, top 25 reasons for your anxiety and top 25 smoothie drinks that you can drink for your anxiety. Top 10 reasons, blah 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 blah. There's plenty of other places you can go for all of that absolute horseshit if you would prefer. But at the end of the day, what's going to create healed people is not top 25 list of dumb shit. What's going to create healed people at the end of the day is telling them how the game is played and then doing your absolute best to get them on track and keep them on track, because this is a habit that you have to break. And unless we get you motivated, it's not going to happen. You have to get yourself motivated and you have to put in that work, right? Doesn't matter if it's about real life trauma, right? Doesn't matter if it's about real life trauma. Doesn't matter if it's about something that's happened in the past. At the end of the day, the game is played the same. There's no exceptions. Worry equals danger. So if you're worried about a past event, to the brain that says danger. If you're worried about some trauma you went through, instead of accepting it, to the brain that equals danger. Now, in this moment, that equals danger in the moment. It doesn't know any better. And that's why we say no exceptions. Whether it's about real life trauma, a past memory, a future what if, worried about a feeling, worried about a thought, it doesn't matter. There's no exceptions. To the brain, worry equals danger, and it does not care what that worry is about. It can be something real, it can be something false, it can be a what if, it can be a past, it can be the future. Worry equals danger to the brain, no exceptions. Doesn't matter what the worry is about. Right? And that's why the game is always played the same way. So, like I always say, if there's real action you can take in the moment, go take it. 9 times out of 10, there's not, especially if we're talking about some past trauma, because that's neither here nor there. That's gone. But at the end of the day, the game will always be played the same way. No matter what you're worried about, to the brain, that equals danger. And that's why the rule of the games, you know, never changes. It never changes. Right? So I hope that answers your question, Ronnie. Your brain will try to give you a million excuses as to why you can't get going with this. Right? Let's not fall for them. Let's not fall for them. We got a $5 tip coming in from John. John, thank you so much, dude, for the $5 tip. Can we get a huge, huge shout out in the chat from my brother John? Thank you so much, John. Thank you so much again, Terry, for sponsoring tonight's stream. Really appreciate it, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Haven't you noticed that no matter what it is that you're worried about, whether it's a future what if, whether it's a feeling, whether it's a past memory, whether it's some trauma in the past, no matter what it is that you're laying around worrying about, it makes you feel like shit. Haven't you noticed that it keeps your anxiety going? That it doesn't matter what the worry is about. Worry equals danger to the brain regardless of the context, and that's why we say no exceptions. This is just how the game works, right? So, you probably can answer yes to that question. If you think hard enough, you'll see how no matter what it is that you're specifically worried about, it makes you feel like shit, right? And that's why. That's why, because the rules of the game don't change. Doesn't matter what you're worried about. The rules of the game stay the same. So that is why. That is why. We did fix our music last time we streamed, so now we can get some music going. I almost forgot. Let's do that. Let's do that. I almost forgot. What do we want to listen to tonight, guys? Let's do this one. I don't think we've ever listened to this one before. These are totally random playlists, by the way. I really have no idea what's on them until I get into them. So hopefully it's decent. Never tried this one before. Thanks again for the short notice on making the video. Hey, no problems, Harry. I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate you. I should be the one thanking you. It really helps me out. It really helps me out. It really, really does. Like I said, I should be the one thanking you for sponsoring the streams, dude. That's the thing. It's a totally selfless act. It's very kind of you. You don't have to do that. You know that eventually the streams, they always roll out eventually anyway. So the fact that you want to sponsor the streams is a totally selfless act, and I really appreciate it. I'm very grateful for it. The rules of the game stay the same. It rhymes, so it's true. There you go, George. There you go. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Worry equals anxiety. There you go. That's really all you need to remember. And then we got to work on breaking that habit, replacing the worry train of thought, replacing the worry attitude, the worry mindset with the accepting attitude, which becomes easier the more you practice it, right? I mean, really, at the end of the day, you can take all the anxiety knowledge in the fucking world, and that's what it's going to come down to. That's what it's always going to come down to. By the way, guys, I'm trying my hardest. Well, that's a lie. I'm not really trying that hard. I'm trying to get my sleep on track. It's been a mess. It's been an absolute mess. I don't know when I'll ever get that worked out, but we'll see. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link to the Discord again. I did update the streak goal, right? Or the streaks, day 8, right? I think I did. We're 2 days away from breaking our record, well, tying our record here on the channel, so that's exciting. That's exciting. Link to the Discord now in the chat, guys, if you want to join up over there. Exactly, Ross. Yo, what's up, Ty? Can you talk about OCD and irrational thoughts? It's all the same. It's all the same. The game is played the same way. I don't care if you have pure OCD. I don't care what you have. If we're talking about anxiety, the game is played the same. If you get a negative intrusive thought, that's OCD. It doesn't matter. If it's a negative intrusive thought and it gets you to worry, you're losing. It doesn't matter. It's all the same at the end of the day, right? There's no excuses. It's all the same at the end of the day. Those are just different labels. At the end of the day, the anxiety works the same. Worry equals danger. If these thoughts and feelings get you to worry, then you're losing. At the end of the day, the game is played the same way no matter what label you want to put on yourself, right? There's absolutely no exceptions. And that's why I don't use terms. I could do a whole stream, which I have in the past, but I could do a whole stream entitled How to Treat Pure OCD. And I'm going to tell you the same shit that I would tell you on a stream entitled How to Recover from Anxiety, because it's all the same. The rules of the game don't change. Worry equals danger to the brain, right? So I hope that clears that up and makes it a little bit easier on you to kind of wrap your brain around, because I know once you get into the terms, it starts to get overwhelming and confusing. So I hope you understand that whether I did a stream entitled How to Treat Pure OCD or whether I did a stream on how to recover from anxiety, I'm going to tell you the same shit, right? Because it all works the same. There is no exceptions. The rules of the game never change. Worry equals danger to the brain. Doesn't matter what label you've placed on yourself as far as anxiety is concerned, right? So I hope that kind of clears it up, and I hope you make it easier on yourself. I hope you decide to make it easier on yourself and drop all the overcomplication. I hope to keep sponsoring them from time to time moving forward. You know what? I want to do something special for you real quick. I want to give you some more props here. To anybody that ever wants to, let me see, hold on. To anybody who ever wants to sponsor the streams like Terry has been doing, what I'm going to do for you is this. We're going to get you your own little shout out on the screen here. Let me see if I can find something like that. I'm sure I can. Let's see. I'm sure I can. Hold on. Yeah, so I hope that clears the complication up for you, Purple. Do not complicate it for yourself, dude. Trust me. Do not overcomplicate it for yourself. It's not worth it. All right, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I wanna start doing this. I feel like sponsors deserve some more credit. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Man, I'm getting old, chat. There we go. Right there. So if you ever want to sponsor a stream, I don't have room to fit that on my main screen, like where my webcam is and stuff. Like that screen is completely packed. There is nowhere to fit that. Like there is just nowhere to fit that. But we always do go to the post stream anyway. So if you ever want to sponsor a stream, get up with me and that'll be your name up there. Like I said, I would put that right on the main screen, but I mean, just check it out. There's not room for it. It's really dark in here now. There's just not room to put that anywhere. But if you do sponsor a stream, it will be on the post stream right there. That's what we'll start doing. That's what we'll start doing. I really owe Wonder Bro my sanity. Well, you wouldn't have lost your sanity either way. That was one of my biggest fears. That wouldn't have happened, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, and I do appreciate it. And I hope you continue to put in the work, George, because that's what's going to make the difference, man. Proud of the progress that you've made. Very proud of the progress that you've made, and I hope we can keep you on track, right? I hope we can keep you on board. We got you on board, right? We got you on track. We got you dedicated, I hope. Thanks, bro. No problem, Purple. Like I said, don't overcomplicate it for yourself, dude. It's all treated the same way as far as anxiety is concerned. Same. I was literally going crazy until I found Wonder Bro and started following his teachings, man. Just stay on board. Just stay on board, guys. That's all good. That's all great stuff, but we want you to keep it up. That's most important. We want you to keep it up. $5 tip coming in from Jerry, man. Says amazing stream, Chris. Just cutting through all the BS as you do. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Jerry, for the $5 tip, man. That takes us to 60 today, guys. I appreciate it. Not only have we reached today's tip goal, but we've broke it. Thank you so much. We've got a quick ad on the music, and then it'll be right back. Here we go. There we go. Okay, can we get a huge shout out in the chat for our tippers today, man? Terry, especially coming in and sponsoring the stream. Huge shout out to John. Huge shout out to Jerry. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it, guys. I really, really do. If I ever win the damn lottery, I'll sponsor you full time. Hell yeah, thanks for the banner. It's the least I can do, man. It's the least I can do. Hey, do you stream at certain times or is it random? It's pretty random. I've never really done a schedule. I think at one point when I first started YouTube, I tried to do a schedule and I hated it. I hated it because we all have our moods, right? And if I'm not high energy, if I'm not in the best of moods, I probably shouldn't stream. So that's why I hate schedules. If I've got, my stream scheduled to where I stream this day every day at this time and I'm just not in a good mood for it, then it's going to be a shitty stream. And that's why I don't like schedules. That's why I don't like stream schedules. I want to get on here when I'm fucking pumped, dude. I want to get on here when I'm fucking ready to go. You know what I mean? Whoa, chill out. Music, chill out. Stone Cold Killer, I'm a billionaire. This is like my favorite song from the copyright. Once you start watching all these copyright-free music streams, you start to realize that it's all the same shit. They're just putting it in different videos. You start to understand. You start to get used to these songs, and you start to memorize them. And this one's probably my favorite. I get it. I just always miss you. Yeah, I know. That part of not having a schedule sucks. That part does suck because sometimes the notification bell doesn't work, so people don't really know when I'm streaming. So that part of not having a schedule sucks. But I think it would suck even worse if I tried to stick to a schedule, because then, if I stream and I'm not in the mood for it, then it's going to be a shitty stream, right? You still got a cat? I know it's a random question, but I like cats. I got Nova and I got a few cats, yeah. I did a phone stream the other day, Terry, where the cat was sitting up on my shoulder. You'll see it in the thumbnail there. Little baby kitten. I'd rather die. Did it die? Did it die? Man, I forgot about this song. We're definitely going to listen to this again, chat. It's so catchy. I hope everyone's okay with that. All the people with health anxiety out there right now thinking, please do not listen to this song again. If I hear the word die one more time, I'm going to lose my shit. Look, you acceptance, man. You got to stop worrying. Did it die? Did it die? Hey, I appreciate all you do, Terry, for real, man. You're a great admin. You're a great help to the community. You're always helping people out over there, on the Discord especially. And you've always been a huge financial support to the stream, too, and I really appreciate that. So huge shout out to you, dude. Oh, this is your first live, Ross? Well, welcome, dude. It's good to kind of meet you. Stick around long enough, and I'm sure we'll get to know each other. I get to know my people around here. I like those bonds, those connections. I've made great friends from doing this. And that's the thing. I don't view my people here as viewers. I don't view them as just people that watch my videos. I start to view them as friends and even family. There's a lot of people I'm extremely close to. Personally, I think that's the way it should be. I think that's the way it should be. I think you should get to know your viewers as more than just viewers, because at the end of the day, they're people. They're people with real lives, right? Real struggles. And I think that's the way it should be. Oh, I need to grab me a water real quick, chat. Oh shit, I probably need to feed Nova real quick too. Get her some water. I'm a stone cold killer. I'm a billionaire. I'd rather die. Did it die. I can't see the stream right now. I'm getting Nova some food and water. There you go, Nova girl. I'd rather die. Did it die. Did it die. Killer, I'm a billionaire. I'd rather die. Did it die. Oh, give me a pack of cigarettes. I wish my sleep wasn't as fucky as it is, man. It's starting to annoy me a little bit, to be honest. Alright, chat, I'm almost back. I'm grabbing a granola bar. Another way. You got some food and water over there, Nova. Go get it. Oh. Alright, chat, what's up? I was the one asking last night on TikTok if you do calls yet for coaching. I'll be reaching out soon for a session. I was looking for your response. I wasn't sure if you had sent one or not. Yeah, get up with me. Get up with me. If anybody wants to get up with me for a coaching session, I do offer phone calls now. It's just a little something extra that I do on the side. So, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I've not had a single complaint yet. Everybody seems to be really loving those sessions, man. So, you know. Then again, you can watch the streams and learn it all right here. So, but if you do want a more personal one-on-one like phone call, get up with me and we'll discuss the details. Toss me a DM, man, on any of my socials. And let's get it. Let's get it. I could probably actually do one tonight if anybody's interested. Just gotta let me know. Let me know. When it hurts like this. Yeah, people have been loving those. It's something I didn't do for a while there. I did them back in the day. Oh my God, stupid ad. I did them back in the day, and then I stopped doing the coaching there for a while. But with everything going on in my life here recently, all these big life changes happening, I had to do something, you know. I had to do something to kind of make up for it, so I started doing the coaching sessions again, to help me out a little bit, and I don't know, people's been loving them, and to be honest, it is pretty cool to be able to talk with people like over the phone and stuff. Completely unrelated note, did you ever find out what kind of snake that was from your TikTok? No, some people said it was like a garter snake, so completely harmless. That's what majority of people were telling me. Hey, remember, context is irrelevant, Purple. It's all the same. The game's played the same way at the end of the day. Keep that in mind, dude. You got one job. Break that worry habit. Close to the 10-day streak. Yeah, we're close to tying the record, man. Close. Yeah, originally back in the day, I just did like messaging back and forth. But here recently, since we picked up the coaching, I've been doing the phone calls. People seem to be really enjoying those. I keep forgetting it's midnight over there. Yeah, well, it's like 2 a.m. Hey, my aunt passed away from COVID today. I hate to hear that, Jesse, man, but I accepted the feeling. Still feels unreal. I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. It always feels a bit unreal when we lose somebody at first. It can take some time for it to really sink in. So just keep doing what you're doing. You've already got all the tools that you need to accept this and to feel this and to let it, let it burn up. So sorry for your loss, and I'm glad you got the skills, though. I'm glad you got the tools to get you through this. I apologize, guys. You might hear me over here crunching on a granola bar, but I just woke up not long ago, so it's like I'm still trying to get to get going, man. Sometimes you just need a granola bar. And you know we all got your back, Jesse. Hey, Cassie, instead of trying to kick anxiety, try to accept it. Ah, I got you there. Instead of trying to get rid of the feelings and thoughts, switch to a non-worried attitude. Practice the non-worried attitude. Do the opposite of worry. But I get what you're saying there. I get what you're saying. She was learning acceptance before she got sick. So the number one thing she would tell you right now, probably, is that she would want you to stay on board with acceptance as well. We tend to underestimate the power of worry and the effects that it has on our body and mind. But you see for yourself just what it can do. Your dog is named Nova too? That's crazy. That's awesome, dude. Nova. Nova, 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 Nova. Oh, here she is. I was just trying to get George's dog to perk up, and then I got the attention of this beast. What you doing, Nova? What you doing, girl? I'll get you a treat after this stream, okay? Okay. Okay. What do you want tonight? Bacon? Yeah, does that sound good? Alright, we'll get you some bacon right after this stream. I wish Nova could be around the cats, dude. It makes life a little bit more complicated when you've got to keep the cats separated from the dog, but there's no getting this dog used to the cats. There's not. People try to tell me to try to get the dog used to the cats. You don't understand. This dog is so strong that if I tried to get her used to the cats by putting her on her harness and letting her be around the cats, the first thing the cats want to do is buck up and start hissing. And Nova's so strong that she's pulling my big ass around, right? And it takes everything in me to keep her back And if I was to accidentally let go of that leash or something, we'd have a dead cat on our hands. I know that. And I'm not willing to take that chance. The way she acts when she sees a cat, it's not a playful bark. It's not a playful charge. It's if I get a hold of you, you're fucking dead, right? So there's no way for me to get Nova used to the cats. It's just it can't happen. She got loose from me once while we were outside and chased the cat up a damn tree, and I'm really glad the cat got up the tree because if it hadn't, I really don't know what Nova would do. But I promise you, I don't think it would be pretty. I really don't. And I don't know why she's like that. I really don't know why. I have no clue. It's weird. I don't know why she has such a hatred. She gets along with other dogs just fine. Like if it's a dog, she's not aggressive at all. If it's people, she's not aggressive at all. That dog is only ever aggressive when you bring a cat into the picture. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. Ghost, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, Nova's a pity. And same, Nova hates small, fuzzy animals. Oh yeah, she's got that bark, man. She's got that bark. See, what happens is to make it fair, what I do is I'll take all the cats that, and there's only like two of them. I'll take the cats that are inside, the two cats, and I'll put them in a separate room at night because they've had all day to run around and do whatever they want. So at night, I put them in a separate room. It's a really big room. I put them in that room and then I let Nova have her time. So that during the day the cats get to do what they want, and at night Nova gets to come out of my room and gets the whole house to herself. So to make it fair, that's what I do. Um, but even so, the first thing Nova wants to do is run to the front door and peek under the curtains, the blinds, and look for cats that are outside. And if she sees one, she lets that fucking sheer, like, just deep ass bark out. And I'll be sitting there on the couch in the living room with my head turned watching TV or something, and she'll see a cat out the front door and she'll let those barks out and it scares the shit out of me. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Nova. So, you can separate her from the cats and she'll still find the nearest window or the nearest door to look out of just to try to terrorize a cat, man. I don't understand it. And yesterday, since we're on this topic, yesterday she goes into the front room of the house, right? I'm on the couch. Nova goes into the front room of the couch because I guess she can smell the cats that I've got in the other room, right? I guess she can smell them. So she goes to the front room of the front room of the house, gets right up to this part of the wall. There's a part of the wall where we were gonna make a doorway out of it at one point, and we never finished the project. So there's still like a gap there. That doesn't really make sense, but try to follow me. There's still like a gap there. I don't know how she managed it, as big as she is. She somehow got through the gap and into the room with the cats and starts just barking. And the cats, of course, they scatter. They go crazy. They're up on top of furniture. You can't get to them. I run in there. Nova's sitting there trying to get to these cats, just barking and barking and barking. I'm just like, my God, dude, give it a break. You just broke through a wall to try to get to these cats. What is your problem? I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know where that dedication comes from, but it's like she will not. She wants to get a hold of a cat so bad it's ridiculous. Funny thing is, if she actually was able to get a hold of a cat, the cat would probably fuck her up, to be honest. You don't get into a fight with a cat. Cat will fuck your shit up. She got pretty close one time. She got pretty close and she got a nice scar out of it too, right across her face. Yeah, just like Cassie just said, my cat sent a few dogs to the vet. Yeah, I mean, I'm afraid Nova would hurt or kill a cat, but at the same time, she might get her ass kicked. You don't really fuck with a cat. Little fucking ninjas, bro, with those sharp ass razor claws. I don't know. She'd probably get her ass kicked. So who am I really protecting at the end of the day? Am I protecting the cats from Nova, or am I protecting Nova from the cats? That's the question. Speaking of Nova, she just walked back over here. What are you doing? Yeah, you hear all this cat discussion, don't you? That's your dream, isn't it, to get a hold of a cat? Here, let's see if we can get you on screen for a second. Come here. Here's the here's the cat bully. Yeah, she looks very ferocious, doesn't she? You're not ferocious. You're not ferocious. You just think you are. That's the thing. You believe that you're ferocious. You're not really ferocious. You know what cats screw up? Leather couches, yes. You can buy all the scratch posts in the world, but the leather couch is the thing my cats choose. Yep. Yep. I would probably never buy a leather couch just for that reason. Mine has a scar in her nose and eye from our cat, right? Yeah, I don't know who I'm protecting from who here, really, at the end of the day. Yeah, but that's how I have to do it. I let the cats roam around during the day while me and Nova are asleep. They get the whole roam of the house, and then at night I put the cats in a separate room. And no, it's not like the size of a closet. It's a huge room. I put them in there, lock them in there for the night, and let Nova have her turn to roam the house. So they're so vocal for no reason. They really are. They really, really are. While I was giving her her house roam last night, and I was on the couch, she got a hold of a giant stuffed animal. I don't even know where she got it from. We got some junk in the front room that we try to keep in the corner. It's like just junk and shit we don't use. I guess that's where she got it from. But I was watching a movie, and I turned around, and she's in the middle of the floor with a stuffed animal that's bigger than her. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're so spoiled. You find the one stuffed animal in the house and claim it. Are you enjoying the Harry Potter movies? I am. Believe it or not, I'm still on the first one. It's like a 2 hour long movie. I didn't realize that. I need to finish it tonight. But yeah, so far the Harry Potter movies are awesome. I'm really looking forward to watching the rest of them. Thing is, I don't own them. I have to rent them, so I'm gonna have to rent each one of them. But I'm still on the first one, about halfway through the first one right now. Let's see. We're gonna go back to my favorite song here. Gonna give that another listen. We're past the hour mark, so we'll probably wind the stream down, wrap it up here in a minute. But we'll listen to my song one more time. You guys just seen Nova. She was just on camera, so check this out. I know this is on my other screen already, but check this out. I actually there was an old viewer of the channel who made this. I don't know whatever happened to that person. Where'd they go? They must have healed and never came back. But I had someone make this a long time ago. Well, they made it and sent it to me. Check that out. Hold on. Let me fix it. Check that out. How cool is that? That looks just like her. It looks just like her. It's so accurate. 19 hours? Jesus Christ. Childhood was staying home from school and just watching the whole series. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it goes. Like I said, I mean, it's a little early to tell if I'm going to be a huge fan or not, but I'm halfway through the first one, and so far I really like it. it's a really good movie so far. I remember that sticker from the early streams. Yeah. How did you stop worrying about the way you felt while sensitized? By understanding the rules of the game. I knew that if I continued to add the worry to the way that I felt, that it was just going to keep me in the cycle. It was just going to make the way that I felt worse, and it was going to keep me feeling the same way. So understanding the rules of the game is the first big step. Once you understand that the worry is not only futile, pointless, and doesn't do anything, it doesn't change anything, but once you also understand that if you keep adding the worry, you're just staying in the cycle. So once you understand all that, then you've understood the rules of the game. And now comes dedication. You just have to make yourself do it. You have to realize that the worry's hurting you. You have to realize that it's keeping you in the cycle. Once you understand all of the rules, now it just comes time for dedication. Spotting the worry and breaking it, turning it into acceptance, right? And that's why we use the word practice. That's why we use the word practice. That's awesome. Glad you clipped that one. It does look like your doggo. Yeah. I wonder whatever happened to the person who made it. Like I said, I guess they healed and just moved on. I guess. I posted a picture of my car in the Discord. Ghost, did you see it? You kind of inspired me to do that. I think you were the one who asked me about it. You might have to scroll up a bit. Glad to see you on TikTok. I think it would help you YouTube channel and subscribers. Yeah, I need to make more TikToks. I need to get back on board with that. I kind of figured that over on TikTok I would just do more random things, but I would still have like, I'd always come back to the mental health stuff on the TikTok, but I would also do other things because I can't really do that on the channel here. So I don't know, the TikTok kind of gives me a little bit more freedom. I'm allowed to do other things. Not that I'm not allowed here, but you get my point. On the TikTok, I kind of do a little bit of everything. So, and plus, they're just really fun to make. I didn't think they would be, but it's really fun to make a TikTok. I don't know. It's about time for a TikTok, actually. I'm glad you said something. It's about time for a TikTok. Might make one of those tonight. It's nothing special, Ghost. You didn't miss anything special, but it's on there. You might be able to use the search function. Type in car or something. You're not missing anything too special, though, but hey, get you from point A to point B. That's what matters. I believe it should be in the support chat, Ghost. I break my own rules on the Discord all the time. Posting in the wrong channels. Alright, guys, we are past that hour mark. It's been an awesome stream. Can we give one last shout out to my boy Terry for sponsoring today's stream, man? Give him a huge, huge shout out in the chat because without him, this stream wouldn't have happened tonight. So let's give a huge shout out to Terry. Also, let's not forget about our other tippers. Let's see, I've got their names here somewhere. I've got their names here somewhere. I want to make sure I give these people credit. I know for a fact Jerry was one of those people. And let's see, who else? Jerry and John. There we go. That's it. Jerry and John, John and Jerry and Terry and all these lovely people, man. Let's give them a huge, huge shout out. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been great, and I'm sure I'll see you very, very soon. And until next time, as always,